Hello, all five of you. Thanks for watching The Good Long Journey. It hasn't started yet. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put this at the beginning of the video because I wanted to clarify a few things about the release schedule in that we don't have one. We are just kind of editing these and putting them out as they're finished. I'll try to give a little bit of a heads up before we just drop these on you guys. We recorded these a while ago, and I've just gotten back around to editing it because it was going to be an insurmountable task, and yeah, it is. It's taking a very long time to cut these down to a digestible size where it's not just us all sitting there reading the rules of Dungeons and Dragons and saying a bunch. And we're getting there. It just takes a while. So it's probably going to be about a month between each episode. Just as a heads up, there's plenty of mistakes made in relation to the rules of Dungeons and Dragons, the game. It's a textbook that you have to essentially memorize as a DM. And there's a few things that I noticed going back through. You probably won't notice them. We are just doing our best. We just wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I figured it'd be cool to record it and make something out of it and show people what it is that I spend so much time doing with my friends. This has been going on for way longer than I intended for this part to go on, which is kind of the theme of making this whole series. So, yeah, see you again in about a month. Yeah. Enjoy it. Just sit back and relax. Yeah, have fun. Good evening. I'm Calvin LaValle, world crafter, game master, an employee of a family-owned roofing company in upstate New York. Tonight, join me and my team of valiant adventurers, Trent Linkarski.
Guess it's raining cats and dogs.
Nick Schultz.
I'm the people's hoagie.
And Alex Martins.
Best for last.
As they go on a quest to save everything they hold dear. We're transporting a magical artifact.
It's a whip, man. There's a lot happening.
Come on! Come get me! I walk in normally.
You're gonna do something great. Hidden deep in a forest sits a village unlike any other in the land of Althea. The houses sit amidst the trees, tucked into roots and hollowed trunks, but also on high branches, precariously placed yet perfectly stable. The paths that connect all of the structures of this village are overgrown, but clearly marked to those that walk them each day. And the ground is covered in what at first glance appears to be snow, but upon closer inspection is actually clumps of shed fur. This is Cotterburg, the village of the Feyline, a race of cat people who resemble bipedal house cats. Standing in the village square is a certain gray long-haired cat in simple dress.
That's me.
That's Trent.
I'm Davey. He'll get up to some mischief. He's a little cat guy, so little shiny things. He likes to collect those and little trinkets.
And what we also know is that it is Davey's third birthday. And on the third birthday of the Feyline.
Cat years.
Happy birthday.
Cat years, exactly.
Yeah.
So on the third birthday of the Feyline people, each one of them will meet with their queen, who's also kind of their mother and also kind of a minor deity. And when they meet with her, they are given an assignment. How's Davey feeling about this?
I think he's expected to take it in stride, but he's like not really sure.
Davey, you go from the town square to a place called Mother's Den. Now, Mother's Den is an area that is so densely surrounded by trees, it's basically got like a wooden wall that runs around the whole outside of it. But you stand there ready to approach, and you hear the sound of wood creaking, and you look up, and the trees are parting way, and a bunch of smoke rolls out, and a soft bluish light beams out of this gap in the trees. So you, Davey, you step forward, you step into the mist, and you walk into Mother's Den, and you are standing in a moonlit grove of trees. There's like all the trees are just sort of formed into these really beautiful geometric shapes. The sky is, it's a beautiful night sky above you, but it's not the night sky that you're used to. Also, when you walked in, it was daytime. And then rising from the mist across from you is a massive form. It rises up to about 30 feet tall. It has these antlers on its head. And you see before you Beston. She is essentially a 30-foot tall, long hair. She just looks like a giant house cat with antlers. And she says, you don't have to be nervous. Everything's gonna be fine, okay?
Oh man, I'm so nervous.
Okay, so let's get right down to business then. And she walks over to another end of this little grove of trees, and she waves a paw, and a table forms from roots in front of her. And then she waves her paw again, and a couple books land in front of her. And they're like notebooks. They've got like ledgers and different things in them. And she picks up one of them and she goes, Davy. Okay. She starts flipping through. And she goes, Davy, I got to admit, I really have high expectations of you. You are special.
Thank you.
Not many other Phalan are so quick to learn magic like you are. I mean, it's imbued within all of you, all of us, myself included. I'm, extremely magical. But you picked up on it very quickly. So if you understand the rhythm of the magic of this realm, and that is why I want to send you somewhere important, but I don't have anywhere new to send you. And then she does the cat thing where it looks like she hears something. She just kind of looks up like this really quickly. And she's looking around. And you see her ears adjusting. And she goes, huh. Now that could be something.
What? I don't hear anything.
Oh, yeah. I was just listening into the rhythm of the magic in this universe, the time and everything. And I heard an event in the future that's going to happen. And you're going to want to go to this nearby town, Kiladvir. And you're going to meet an orc there. That's a big green person. He's huge. He's going to be 3 times the size of you.
Okay. What am I supposed to do? Do I just go there?
Just find the orc.
Okay.
And then just
follow him?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're going to do something great.
Cool. All right.
I can't give you any more information than that because of how time works.
All right. Okay, bye.
All right.
I will go.
See ya. And then we go to the town of Kiladvir, and we go into a tavern where so many adventures begin. And sitting in a darkened corner of this tavern, actually sitting in about half of the tavern, is a large pea soup green orc. Scudder, why don't you give me just a little bit about yourself?
Scudder isn't too enthused about his job. He's a mercenary. He just walks things to where they need to go. And what he tells himself all the time is, my whole job is just moving things forward. And if anything wants to stop that, it just doesn't happen. I don't let that happen. Scudder's a barbarian, but when he's not raging, he's just...
He's a pro. He's a professional.
He's a
He can turn it
professional.
on and off. He's very clearly out of place here. This again is the Halfling Peninsula, and everything here is pretty much 4 feet or shorter. Scudder is 8 feet, was it? Yeah.
Yep, just
He's
shy.
8 feet tall. Everywhere you look in the bar, there are halflings just kind of gawking at you. You're sitting here because you made an arrangement with a local merchant. He's got a job for you, and he's going to come here and give you some of the details. This very uptight-looking man He's in some finer clothes. He's got like this salt and pepper hair. He's definitely a little bit older, and he walks in and immediately spots you, and he makes his way across the bar up to you, and he kind of stands there awkwardly. He doesn't really know how to address you because you're so much larger than him. He says, so Scudder, is it?
Yeah.
You're the orc I'm meeting here for the job?
Do you see any other ones?
Fair enough. Sorry about my manners. My name is Hamish Bluefoot.
Hello?
I'm a merchant here in town. I trade in, well, normally your basic general goods, but occasionally I get some oddities that I need to move. And he walks over to the table that's next to you. He pulls up a little stool, and he sits down on it. He goes, do you want anything to drink?
Yeah, sure. You're buying.
Why don't you give me an intimidation check?
All right, let's do it. 19.
You say you're buying, and he goes, yeah, of course. And then he looks over and waves down the bartender. The bartender walks over and he's polishing a glass. What can I get you, boys?
Ale.
He looks over at the halfling and he says, and gestures to him like, what do you want? And he says, oh, it's nothing, it's fine. And then he walks away. You have a lot of experience as a mercenary?
Yep. I do.
Probably won't run into any trouble. I don't know if you've done a lot of work around here, but I think you're just about the biggest and scariest thing I've ever seen. So I doubt anything's going to mess with us. In fact, usually I don't even have security, but the route we're taking, there's been some trouble recently.
Trouble like how?
Well, two other caravans of merchants have, well, just sort of completely disappeared. Like no trace of them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, usually something needs to go somewhere. I take it there, and that's about it.
And the bartender walks back over to you, and he has like a fucking bucket full of ale with him. It's still a halfling bucket, so it's like small for a bucket, but it's about the size of a decent glass. And he walks over and he puts it down on the table, and he kind of gestures to it, and he's like, huh?
I pick it up and I drink it.
And
Yummy.
what did we say the rate was going to be again?
Usually do about 50 gold.
50 gold. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be heading out the first thing tomorrow morning. There's a couple other people traveling with us. He pulls out sort of some documents that have like a bit of an itinerary on them of what you guys are going to be doing, and also a contract attached, places for the both of you to sign. And he says, 50 gold, and he takes to the contract and he scratches out a spot where it says 10 gold and writes in 50. and then he puts the contract down in front of you and he says, okay, if everything looks good here, just sign and I'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right. Scudder signs it, hands it back to him. Says thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Just outside of Kiladvir, a mysterious figure is approaching the city gates. Night is falling. He's cloaked in shadow. He's cloaked in a cloak. He's also wearing a cloak. Hoagie, why don't you give us just a little description of who we see here?
Hoagie is a halfling ranger, and he's got like a cape and a cowl on that's been made out of a quilt that his grandmother made.
How old is he?
He's about 20. He's a young halfling.
Yeah. And he approaches the town gate. There is a guard posted at the sort of outskirts of the city, although he is currently sitting in a chair like this, like he's got his a hat pulled down over his eyes. He's asleep. He's just kind of this chunky little halfling that's sitting out at the edge of the town. He's got a sword next to him. And as you approach, he kind of rouses from sleep, and he lifts the hat up and he goes, "Oh, who goes there?"
Hoagie.
Just Hoagie?
Yeah, I'm Hoagie. That's all you need to know. I'm here to help.
You're here to help. Before I let you in, I gotta ask some questions. What are you planning to do here in town?
I'm here to help.
With what? What do you?
Anything. You got a problem, I can do it. I can fix it. I'm here to help the people.
You like a handyman?
I'm the people's Hoagie.
The people's Hoagie.
Yes.
Don't steal anything. Don't kill anyone.
I just said I'm here to help, not steal. Or kill.
I'm just supposed to make sure everyone knows the rules when they get here. Okay.
I know the rules. Okay, I make sure other people follow the rules of being a good.
Being a good.
That's my Hoagie.
I think Hoagie very excitedly walks into the city.
Right. I think one of the first things Hoagie sees as he enters is it's getting late. It's very picturesque. It's very beautiful. It's a sweet little halfling town. But something strange catches his eye. The biggest house cat he's ever seen is currently walking through the town square and appears to be looking down at a piece of paper in his hand and looking at some of the buildings nearby. He seems like potentially he might need some help.
I rush over to the cat and I go, "Oh my god, do you need help?
Oh, yes, actually, yeah.
Are you lost? I can help you get. I don't know this place very well, but I could help you. I could help you figure it out. I could do.
I'm not lost per se, but I am looking for someone. He's a big guy, like the biggest guy ever is what I was kind of told to find
Okay,
him.
the biggest guy ever.
Yeah.
Okay. He's here in this town.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking for the Brass Billy Goat Tavern. Have you seen it? You said you're not from here though, but
I've literally never been here before in my life. This is the first time I've ever left my hometown. But we're on it together. Why don't you hop on my shoulder? We'll be like 6 feet tall together.
oh, I don't want to do that.
All right. Well, then let's
Let's just walk side by side.
Okay. Yeah, we can lock arms or something. I could carry you.
No.
Okay. All right. Well,
we'll walk side by side. No
that's
touching.
okay. Well, we don't need to touch. We can just. That's
My
fine.
name's Davey, by the way.
Oh, I'm Hoagie.
Hoagie and Davey. Oh.
Okay.
Davey, you turn around and look at the building immediately next to you, and the sign says the Brass Billy Goat, and you're right in front of it.
There's like a Brass Billy Goat on top of it.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's carved into the sign. It's inlaid into a wooden sign. There's a brass goat head.
I think that's it.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely it.
Yeah.
Let's go inside.
Thank you for escorting me. Oh, okay.
I skip in.
Yeah, we can. I walk in normally.
You hear the sort of hum of the tavern, the people talking and everything goes silent as the two of you walk in. Across the room, very hard to miss, is the biggest man ever. The biggest man you've ever seen.
Oh my god.
I think that's the biggest guy ever.
Hoagie, I think that's him. That's got to be him.
Scudder, you see everyone's attention is drawn away from you and turns towards the door because a giant cat just came in. And also some weirdo dressed like a superhero.
That's got to be the biggest guy ever. Let's
I've
go.
never seen such a big guy.
I think I grab Davey and run over to the biggest guy ever. I go, "Are you the biggest guy ever?"
Who are you?
Oh, this guy over here, his name's Davey. He's looking for you. He has a piece
Yeah.
of paper.
Hello, sir. My name's Davey, and I'll reach up a paw
Okay.
to shake his paw.
I hold my pinky out.
You're a giant. Wow. Yeah, I think
Hi.
you're the guy I'm looking for.
Okay. Do you need like a job done or what's up?
No. I was just told to follow you.
Oh God. Okay. See, normally when I take these jobs, I like to tell the contractors that I prefer doing it just kind of by myself.
But I was told to follow you.
Who told you?
My mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I won't-
Really, that's
if-
really cute. Okay.
If you're like doing,
so,
I have to follow you though. It's basically that's my job is to follow you. But I won't like, I don't know. I won't interfere if you're doing something.
are you
so just-
serious? Like you? Okay. Okay. You're serious. Okay. So
well, yeah. I
um,
mean, I can help you if you want, but
yeah,
you're
you're
like a
not
really
getting
big-
any
Okay.
of the contract. If you
I
want to
don't-
follow and not get paid, that's fine by me.
yeah, I don't care about money. So
I kind of want to. I kind of want to
Oh.
hang out with you guys. Do you guys want to get more? I'm here to help.
oh yeah, this guy's cool. He's the first person I talk to that's not like me. So
What, like a
he
cat?
seems cool. What?
Like a cat?
Yeah,
I'm the first non-cat you've met.
yeah.
All right.
You guys are having this conversation. The bar is dead silent. Everyone is staring at you.
I try to give Davey a hug, and I'm like, I'm so glad I met you today.
I do not reciprocate.
I'm just happy to have met him. I'm happy to have met you too. You're the tallest guy. You're the biggest guy ever. That's amazing. This is so cool.
Hamish is actually he went over to the bar to talk to the bartender for a moment, and he comes walking back over and he goes, I just want to be clear. Like the big man said, I only hired him. So I'm not,
Yeah, whatever. It's cool. I don't need money.
you're just gonna,
Where are you?
we're going to another town. You going in that direction?
Yeah, I'm going there now.
I'm to follow him. I don't know who you are.
I'm following you.
Yeah, Hamish just kind of nods at all of you, and he leaves the bar here. As you approach this caravan, you see Hamish, and you see a pink-haired gnome. And you see this gnome walk over to the front of the wagon. The gnome whistles, and out from behind a nearby building comes what appears to be like a metal dog. And it runs up and it kind of barks, but like it just makes a weird metal scraping noise, basically, that sounds kind of like a dog bark. The gnome pats it on the head and then goes over to the front of the caravan with it and attaches it to the leads on the caravan. And then they notice the three of you approaching.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is everyone we'll be traveling with. Was expecting a slightly smaller group, but we've picked up some tag-alongs. And he gestures over to the gnome and says, "This is I'm sorry. What was your name again?" She says, "Oh, I'm Zoggle, and this is well, I just call him Dog actually, but he's my little a little project I've been working on for a while." And then standing just behind Hamish are two just very blue collar looking halflings. They're employees of mine. They usually travel with me. Is there anything else you need to do before we head out? Because it's going to be a good long journey.
I don't have any money, so I'm ready to go now.
Yeah, I'm good. To go.
Again, I just want to clarify. I will not be paying you.
I understand.
I don't care.
I'm here to provide a service.
I have to follow him.
Scudder just starts walking.
Okay.
Oh, I follow Scudder.
I follow Davey.
Zoggle looks over at her clockwork hound and goes, mush, and he starts moving forward. This caravan is just, this group of halflings, this gnome, and then you guys sitting in the back of the wagon that's being pulled here is something that is just tightly wrapped in a bunch of, like a burlap bag almost, like wrapped around this object. And it's pretty large.
What is it?
Hamish turns around and he goes, well, I'm not paying you to ask questions. I'm not paying you at all, actually. So
Yeah.
I just, it needs to go where we're going.
I asked Scudder, I'm like, do you know what that is?
No.
Hamish says,
Do you
yes,
think
he's a good worker. Doesn't ask any questions he doesn't need to know. Just does what he's doing.
Hoagie just stops talking in embarrassment.
This is not in an intimidating way, but Scudder picks up Hamish by like the scruff back of his shirt. He picks him up like this to bring him up to his eye level and says, "Hey, I don't need you, speaking for me. We're just good without that."
And he goes, yeah.
And puts him back down.
He goes, totally okay. Yeah, and you set him back down, and he kind of like adjusts his shirt again and runs back up to the front of the caravan here, the traveling party. You see as you're walking along, Hamish seems like he's looking around a lot, like he's expecting something to happen. Another thing you guys notice is that Zoggle is kind of just keeping her eye on him. The sun's about to set. It's getting a bit later in the day. You're approaching the area that you're planning to camp for the night. Zoggle steps back from the rest of the group to be kind of standing near you, Davy. She walks up next to you, and she doesn't really say anything at first. She just kind of smiles at you. She then leans in, like really close to you, and she says, "Hey."
I lean away.
she goes,
No,
"Come here."
I can hear you fine.
Okay. Right. She's like, okay, right, but I don't want anyone else to hear.
Hey, what you guys talking about over there? Something important?
Zoggle just runs over to stand next to Scudder. She says, "Could you like pick me up and put me next to your head? Because I can't say this super loud."
Okay, so I pick her up, like from her back. My hand grabs her like a doll, and I'm just like looking at her like this.
And she goes, "Okay." She like again, she's in your face, and she kind of leans in forward. She goes, "Okay, so I think I know what it is that we're transporting.
Okay, what is it?
It's a magical artifact."
That's vague.
Hoagie goes, what are you guys talking about over there? Something important?
She goes, "Could you pick him up too, and just bring him up here?"
So I pick up Hoagie.
You're just holding these two little people in your hands.
Action figures.
She goes, "I think we're transporting a magical artifact."
Oh, cool. But wait, what does it do?
She goes, "I have no idea."
Oh.
Hey,
But
what
the
are you
point
guys
is-
talking about up there? And
So
I
I-
stick my claws into Scudder and climb up him.
Yeah, no.
Gunner
So
doesn't feel anything.
no, like literally, you feel like a light tug on like your character's like harness, but Davey manages to just like basically bound up your back, and it's just now sitting on your shoulder.
What are you guys talking about up here?
And so Zoggle reiterates again. She goes, "We're transporting a magical artifact. I think. I don't actually know that."
Yeah.
Why didn't you
See-
just tell us that as a group?
Well, because I didn't want to say this too loud. I'm being quiet so they don't hear me, because I don't think Hamish wants us to know.
You didn't want to like
Uh-oh.
cause a scene, like all of us being on one guy.
Right. Well, this could
Yeah,
be
this
for
is-
any, this
This is
could-
like, we could be
this
talking
could
about
be
anything.
anything. We could be talking about anything right here.
If they ask, we're talking about bubble gum.
Yeah, I
Cool.
guess. That's
Yeah.
a weird choice.
So yeah, Zoggle, speaking to the three of you, I'd like to study magical things. I've heard about these caravans that have gone missing on this road recently. I think they were all carrying magical artifacts too.
Oh.
We're carrying a magical artifact.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
You're all gonna die.
What about you?
Oh,
Yeah, no. I mean, we
I
have
don't
Scudder
die.
with us. Yeah,
Doesn't die.
we have Scudder with us. I think he'll protect us.
I'm optimistic that you're going to be the thing that changes our fortune.
Hoki's like, if push comes to shove, I got my whips and my longbow. I am not worried too much. I'm a little worried. And, just because all the other ones disappeared doesn't mean that this one will.
Right. It doesn't necessarily mean that, but it was this exact same trip with a mysterious piece of cargo that they were all carrying.
All
So
right.
here's what I'm thinking, okay? And this is the part that I didn't want to say out loud, okay? I am going to try to get a look at it at the camp later tonight.
Okay, why don't we just do it right now?
Because they'll notice if we just jump into the back of the wagon and start fucking around with it.
we'll kick it. We'll kick their ass. We'll beat them up.
Oh, but no. We shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't think we should do that.
Okay.
That might be
Never
better.
mind.
Yeah.
Never
I
mind.
like that you're battle ready, but
I'm sure you could. That's probably a valid strategy a lot of the time, but I feel like that's
If I go and I just like look at it, what are they gonna do? Make me unlook at it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to reiterate again, you are still all being held by Scudder. So, yeah, she says, okay, so what I'm thinking is when we set up camp for the night, we just go and take a peek while Hamish is asleep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm very stealthy. That would be very easy for me to do.
That'd be easy for Hoagie to do because
Yeah.
he's stealthy.
You guys are all right.
Okay.
I
Thanks.
slowly put her back on the ground.
Yeah.
And she just takes it in stride and just is now walking again. Hamish actually turns around and addresses the whole group and he says, all right, another half mile or so and we'll be at camp for the night. I want all of you to give me a perception check.
All right. 2.
18.
And the area you're walking into now is getting noticeably more heavily wooded. You're headed into an actual forest. Hoagie, you hear the sound of rustling leaves from both sides of the caravan.
Say, y'all hear those leaves rustling?
No.
No.
Spooky.
Sorry, Hoagie, I want you to give me an investigation check.
Okay. That'd be a 21 for you, sir.
Damn. You see in the darkness, just beyond your line of sight, about 6 pairs of eyes.
Fellas, I'm seeing 6 pairs of eyes. That's 12 eyes.
And the
Fellas, there's 12 eyes in the forest.
and they're kind of darting between the trees as if they're hiding from you guys.
Scudder says, huh?
Hoagie, because you rolled so well there, you're going to get advantage on this initiative roll, as bolting out of the woods are a pack of angry-looking wolves, and this first wolf jumps in and it takes out one of the halflings that I didn't really give anything other than a name to.
Oh no, Sam.
It takes out Ballo.
Ballo, no.
Hello.
My favorite one.
Dude, we all know and love Ballow's
We all-
story.
We love
We're
Ballo.
unable to fight. We're all mourning.
We're all in mourning of Ballo.
No, Bella.
The best character. I mean, the best halfling.
This first wolf takes out Ballo and drags him into the woods on the other side. And the rest of the wolves kind of emerge around you, and I want all of you to roll initiative.
I get advantage, right? 19 and then 18. So, dude, 19, baby.
18.
Rolled a 12.
Okay, first up in the order is Hoagie. So you took full advantage of your perception, your the fact that you saw these creatures approaching and you are now ready to fight. There's 5 currently visible, 3 to your right, 2 to your left. There's something strange about these wolves, but you notice that they are almost like, it almost looks like there's a black smoke coming off of them. I think Scudder, just from the things you fought in the past, and Davey, from your inherent knowledge of sort of magical things, you can tell that this is clearly some kind of magical effect that these wolves are under.
I think maybe they're like
They're possessed.
being controlled by something.
It's unclear. Hoagie, what do you do?
I pull out my 2 whips and I go to attack. I guess I can attack the 2 on the left, right? Each one.
You could attack each of them once, because your whips also have a range of 10 feet instead of 5.
Attack the 2 guys on the left.
Okay. Give me those attack rolls.
So whip 1, 9. Shit. Whip 2, 17.
First one misses. The second one definitely hits.
4 damage, baby. I take the whips and I totally whiff the first guy, and the whip just kind of like hits the ground, you know. And then the second wolf, I go in and I nail it like right around the neck, and I just kind of like yank it around for a sec, you know, and it slams on the ground and like, you know, takes some damage.
That's a lot for 4 damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of things happening for 4 damage.
It's a whip, man. There's a lot happening.
Up next is Davey.
Yes. So Davey will do some wave his little hands around and then slam them on the ground and cast Spike Growth. It casts a 20-foot radius centered on a point with a range of twists and sprouts, hard spikes and thorns.
So they're going to take damage, it looks like, on their turn.
Yes. If
Okay.
Anytime they move, or if anything moves into or out of that circle. Hoagie, don't get any closer to them.
I'll try not to. I'll get my bow out, baby.
Yeah.
Hamish, he uses his turn to run and just jump into the back of the wagon and curl up into like the fetal position. One of the wolves to the right that is not affected by the spike growth, it's gonna run up to and attack Scudder.
Come on! Come get me!
What is your armor class, Scudder?
14.
It critically hit.
Oh.
How much health do you have?
I have 28 health.
Okay. This does 13 damage to you. 13 piercing damage. And give me a strength saving throw.
14.
You're good. It tries to kind of pull you to the ground, but you resist it pretty easily. Next is the wolf that is injured. It's actually Trent. I want you to roll damage for your spikes,
Ooh, okay.
because he is in there.
6.
6.
I rolled 2 3s.
Yeah, you watch as this wolf attempts to lunge forward at Hoagie, and instead this like spiky vine pops up out of the ground and just like wraps around it and yanks it back down to the ground. You know, it has a couple spasms and then it's dead.
Oh my god.
Wow, you just killed a wolf.
Jesus Christ. I didn't mean to do that. Oh my god.
You gotta come up with a bunch of like cool cat related lines for when you kill an enemy. Like, cat got your tongue. You just gotta do Halle Berry's Catwoman every time an enemy is slain.
Yeah,
I guess it's raining cats and dogs.
There you go.
I guess you just got fucking killed.
You cat did.
Zoggle is up next. Zoggle runs over to the wagon and she uses her action to undo the straps that are binding her clockwork dog.
Oh.
She points over at the 3 wolves on the right side, and she just kind of looks at him and goes, "Get him, boy!" And you see this the clockwork robot suddenly like fangs like pop out of its mouth, and it prepares to attack one of those wolves. So he is not going to hit.
Oh.
He takes a lunge at them, and he manages to miss. Up next,
He's a
is-
little rusty.
there you go.
I'm just gonna have to be that guy the whole time.
You're going to have to be that guy the whole time.
Mhm.
Okay, up next is Scudder.
Scudder takes a deep breath. He sighs, and then he's instantly raging. He goes into a frenzied rage. He's mad. Okay.
I'm picturing this like we see a close-up of Scudder's face. His eyes close. Everything goes silent around him.
Yep.
And then his eyes open again, and they're bloodshot and raging.
Blood rage. Full
Yes.
on blood rage. He goes into a frenzied rage.
Oh,
Okay.
frenzied rage. Okay.
Yep. That's
Guys.
right.
Pissed.
And he makes a reckless attack against the wolf that just took a chunk out of his arm.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Overhand smash with my
Hit-
hammer on the dome of this dog. I rolled a 23. Since I had my reckless attack with advantage, I
Oh, yeah, you
did
get
my-
to-
I
yeah.
rolled a second time and I got a critical hit, a 25.
Oh, fuck yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're going to turn this wolf into a liquid, basically. But why don't you roll damage? And that is you're going to do, but it'll be 2d8 plus 3.
Okay. And then I get +2 because of my rage, right?
And then, yes, plus 2 because of your rage.
Okay, so 11 and 11, 22 plus, okay, so 24 damage.
That wolf fucking explodes. you hit it with your hammer, and I imagine it's literally like you hit this wolf and it's gone. It's just gone.
Vaporized.
Everyone is in the area is just now covered in red chunks of wolf.
Viscera.
Yeah, that was then there's 2 more wolves that go. We've got
I'd be rolling. some
okay,
more
this guy,
D4.
yeah, roll me some more d4s because this is the next wolf that goes.
5.
5 damage.
5 pierce.
Yeah, this thing is bloodied. He is going to also go after our boy Hoagie. And that's going to hit.
oh shit.
You're going to take 7 damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
Give me a strength saving throw.
23.
23? Damn.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. This thing bites into your arm. You yell out in pain, but then immediately just thrust back at it and just knock it away. So up next is Hoagie. It's your turn again.
So give me the lay of the land again. How many wolves are there still?
There's one in front of you that's taken 5 damage. That's on
Okay.
the left side where you are. There is another wolf somewhere in the woods that we don't see. It appears to be bigger and meaner than the other ones. And then there is 2 to the other side because Scudder obliterated one of them.
Okay. I'm going to use both of my whips on the guy who's in front of me who's damaged. All right, critical for whip 1.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
Whip 2, automatic miss. So,
You got a 20 and a 1.
all right, rolling 6. So I would have done like what, 12 damage to this guy? The whip goes right through the wolf, like cuts it in half, basically.
Sure. Yeah, no. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll allow it. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
You know?
Up next is Davey.
And how much damage have you 2 boys taken?
Taking 7, I think. So I'm at 18 hit points.
I took 13 damage, so I'm at 15.
Well, that's about to change.
Oh shit.
Oh,
For the better, in a good way.
Uh,
Davey just fucking just saps the rest of your life force from you.
Kind of hop over to where Scudder is, and I will do Wither and Bloom,
Nice.
which is a 10-foot radius sphere. Each creature of your choice must make a Constitution save. So could those two Wolfie boys make a Constitution save?
Yep.
Cool.
That's 4 for both of them.
Yeah, they fell. So they both take 2d6 necrotic damage, and that is 7. So I guess they each take 7.
They each take 7. Okay.
Yeah. So in this area, so these more vines, I suppose, would come out of the ground, and they're all rotten, and they grab around their legs and kind of infect them a little bit. But also, because it's Wither and Bloom, around Scudder, a bunch of flowers appear.
Oh,
It's very pretty tulips and mums appear.
wow.
And
And
Thanks, Davey.
he heals, right?
yeah, he gets to roll one of his unspent hit dice.
Oh, shit. Fucking 11?
What's your wisdom?
Oh, +3.
Okay, so you add 3 to that.
Damn.
You got
So you've-
14 health points back.
I'm juiced up. I'm back to normal.
Hey.
Thanks, Davey.
Yeah, you
course,
watch as a bunch of flowers bloom around you, and you see Davy holding up one of his paws in your direction,
Mhm.
and the other one at the wolves that are now being tormented by a bunch of angry-looking vines. And you see your arm, the wound closes and heals up.
Scudder with his bloodshot, blood rage eyes and the fury and the fire that you can kind of see coming off the back of his head. He just looks at his arm and says, "That's awesome."
That's awesome.
that's awesome.
That's awesome. Up next is one of those wolves. Davey, I think it's upset with you.
Oh,
So this wolf is going to run towards you and try to take a bite out of this kitty. He's not going to, though. He's definitely not going to.
okay, cool.
He got a 9. Yeah, so he jumps towards you, but he can't quite get to you. He's hurting from the damage you just did to him.
Very good.
Up next is Zoggle's robot, and she points at this wolf that just lunged at you, and she says, "Take him out, boy." And he misses.
Scudder says, "Your robot sucks."
Scudder, you're up now.
All right. Fucking Scudder time, baby. Okay. So Scudder, sick of all this, okay? He wants to see this done.
Hmm.
He's attacking recklessly the wolf that came after Davy because he's like, that's my boy, that's Davy. He just brought my life back. So Scudder goes to womp that wolf that whiffed him in the
All right.
last turn.
Give me the attack roll.
Oh, here we freaking go. 15.
That hits.
Yeah.
8.
Okay.
Plus 2 from the rage, so 10.
You bring your tree trunk attached to a fucking boulder down on this wolf and just crush it into the dirt. And it's just dead. It's dead immediately. You still have your other attack. So if you want to go for the other one too.
So now it's time to womp the other wolf.
Yeah.
I roll a 21.
Yeah. This thing's definitely dead, but go ahead. See what kind of damage you do.
I give it a 12. Kabamo!
Yeah. And that wolf is also dead. Then you hear this angry roar as running out of the woods is this much larger wolf that you haven't seen since it pulled one of the halflings into the woods. Davey, I think it's going to jump at you.
Ah.
I think these wolves are just like
No.
fucking cat. Just also to clarify, this is a dire wolf. which means it's a wolf, but it's dire.
No.
Oh.
Fuck.
It basically does a little bit more damage, and
Uh-oh.
he critically hit.
Oh,
That's a crit.
Lord.
The damage
Oh boy.
is going to be bad. It's not too bad. It's actually not too bad. He does 12 damage to you.
Oh.
12 piercing damage. He bites right into your arm.
Ouch. That hurt me quite a bit.
It does. I'm also going to need you to give me a strength saving throw.
Not gonna do anything. 4.
Oh shit. Okay. You are knocked prone. He drops you to the ground. You just have to use half of your movement to stand back up, which again isn't really an issue for a spellcaster.
Yeah.
But yeah, he takes you down. He does a good bit of damage. He knocks you to the ground. Then it is Hoagie. It's your turn.
Of course it is. Of course it is. I'm going to use my longbow and fire an arrow at him.
Okay.
But I'm also going to use Hunter's Mark before I do that.
Nice.
It's a spell. Till the spell ends, I deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. And you have advantage on any wisdom or perception.
It's perception or survival checks. You need.
Yes.
Holy crap!
And I roll to shoot,
Yes.
and I hit 8. That's 8.
That's 8. That is not going to do it.
And I lose 1 arrow. I move a safe distance away from it.
Okay. Davey. I imagine you stand up.
Yeah, I'll stand up.
He just knocked you down to the ground, and he's standing over you, looking like he's going to go in for another attack.
Mm-hmm. Would I be able to use Primal Savagery?
Oh yeah, that's cool. You channel primal magic, cause your teeth or fingernails to sharpen.
Mm-hmm.
So you literally do like this, the fucking cat move. Your claws, shing, just pop out, and they're dripping with a corrosive acid.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
And then you swipe at this wolf.
Mhm.
So give me your spell attack roll.
Yeah. Oh boy. 17 plus 3.
That hits already.
Okay, cool. I can never use D10s. It took me a second.
Yeah, I'm always like, wait,
10.
is it this one?
Yo.
You got 10?
Yep.
What?
All right, sick. You scratch him right across the face, and he was not expecting that.
I get him right in his nose.
Just
His soft little dog nose.
and he looks at you angrily. And again, you guys all take note. This dire wolf is very clearly like emitting some kind of weird magical energy. It looks like a black smoke is coming off of this wolf. Up next is Zoggle. She's going to send again. She sends her own beast after this
Useless
wolf.
robot dog.
It hits actually.
Oh, the useful robot dog.
Useful robot dog. Yeah. 2d4. It does 6 damage to it. And then it's going to do a strength save. And it fails, so it's knocked over. Not that does a whole lot in the situation, but okay. Scudder,
Yes.
drop the fucking hammer.
Yeah.
All right.
You've got 2 attacks.
So, just like Scudder with like no mind of blocking any hits or like anticipating any sort of attack from this dire wolf, he just charges in with his mace being wound up behind his back.
It sounds like a reckless attack then.
The most reckless yet.
All right, so you got
Okay.
advantage.
And he's bringing the whomp down, okay? He's ready to whomp. So I roll a 7 and then a 20, okay?
So you hit.
Okay. And I hit him for 5, plus 2, 7.
7. After you land your first attack, you see that this wolf is now bloodied. It looks very hurt.
You gave him a big boo-boo. Okay. So 13 plus 5 for my roll is 18 for the attack.
and then I hit him for 7.
Another 7. Okay. He's still up, but just barely. He's in bad shape. And actually, as you guys all look at this thing, you see that like the black smoke that's coming off of it kind of starts to like dissipate a bit. Like it's not coming off of him quite as much anymore. It's actually his turn again. I think he's going to go after you, Scudder. Just in a last act of desperation. He's a cornered animal at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That is, what's your armor class?
14.
He does hit. And he's going to do. He would do 9 damage to you. However, while raging, you take half physical damage. So he does piercing damage to you. So you're only going to take 4 damage. So
All
just a fucking scratch. And then give me a strength saving throw.
9.
Yeah, he knocks you down, but he looks utterly defeated. Hoagie, it's your turn.
I use my whips,
Nice.
both of them, and I also still have Hunter's Mark on activated.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna roll for both the whips, and I also, since he's below his total hit points, I can use my Hunter's Prey Colossus Slayer thing, which means that since he's below his hit point maximum, he takes an extra 1d8 damage.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so whip 1, 17.
That hits.
Whip 2, 11.
Let's just do the first one. The second one doesn't hit.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's break down this the damage here.
3 plus extra 1d6. Let me roll that. 4,
Okay.
and then the d8. 5.
Finish him.
I grab my whip. I whip it into his mouth. All right, and I grab him by the tongue,
Fuck.
and I just yank him up and then just like smash him down. And I pull the whip away, and on it is just like his ripped off tongue.
That's like a fucking King Kong kill from the
Yeah,
the King Kong movie.
yeah.
That's like when King Kong kills on King Kong movie.
Yeah, you fucking obliterate this wolf, and then the woods are silent. You guys watch as this the dire wolf is slain. The smoke stops rising off of its body, and it just looks like a normal dead wolf now. Hamish pops his head up out of the wagon and then runs into the woods where he sees, unfortunately, the brutalized remains of Balo.
Dude, it's hard to really process.
Yeah,
He was
I
my
know
favorite.
he was such an important character.
Balo.
Zoggle straps her clockwork robot back into
Bela! No. My angel.
You guys travel for a little bit longer in somber silence at the loss of this extremely important character whose name I only forgot about 3 times.
Brillo.
Something like that.
Bulbo.
You travel just a little bit further down the road and you end up at a clearing at the edge of a stream. You see here an area that clearly is used quite frequently for travelers along this route as a campsite. There's actually a little makeshift like wooden hut there that you can sort of sleep underneath.
We rest our heads on the pillow,
Yeah.
ending a
You,
successful day.
You sit down, gather around the fire, and that's gonna do it for episode 1.
We're all
I'm
ugly
sorry for
crying
this.
into the
Yeah, I'm sorry for the somber tone of the ending here.
Balo's story is going to be like Boba
Friends.
Fett's, where it's like he wasn't really even in the story, but everyone's like, we got to know more about him.
Yeah, Balo had a really cool set of armor, and so now he's a fan favorite.
Yeah, well, he's our favorite.
All right, Balo's dead. See you next week.